Go on.
Hello there. I am Dr. Ababu Tiruneh from the University of Swaziland. We are in Swaziland in a community called City. We have built a hand wash facility. We call it a press tap, a very simple mechanism and very easy to use. And it works by pressing a foot lever, after which the water automatically comes out. And the construction is very simple. It involves the use of any kind of wood material that acts as a foot lever, and also a rope that connects the foot lever with these two wooden flaps that are provided to the left and right of the container. And this is a plastic water holding container, but the volume can be increased to any volume that is required. For the moment, we just use this 5-liter container. And you can see that it is just suspended from this frame, and therefore it just gently holds these two containers. And at the moment, it can be seen there's no much force and there's no much pressing, and therefore no water is coming. There is a hole, a small hole made in this container, and so that when one wants us to wash hand, pressing this foot lever stretches this rope and it creates a tension, and this tension left and right of the container through these two wooden flaps, it presses this container, and pressing actually obviously squeezes water out of the container, and immediately when one detaches the foot from the lever, the water drop automatically stops. And now I will try to actually demonstrate, and the construction of course is very simple. Here you can see that two pulleys are created through which this rope obviously passes, and it is tied from this right side and then passing through these two rounded nail and connected to the foot lever. And at the same time also you see the other one, the other rope is tied here, fixed from this side and passing through this rounded nail, and obviously finally tied to the foot lever, as you can see here. So by pressing the foot lever, you can see that water obviously comes. So this action of foot lever is very gentle, not much force is required, just a small amount of pressing, and then automatically one sees that the water actually comes. So pressing of this foot obviously creates a tension here, and this tensile force obviously is transferred, one can see, to these wooden flaps, and the wooden flaps obviously try to obviously come together. In doing so, they will press the containers, and pressing of this container will squeeze water because this plastic container is obviously compressible. Now I will try to obviously use this hand wash facility by using this foot lever, and therefore now I'm coming here and just applying a gentle pressure on the foot, and then one can see that water is coming, and therefore I can wash my hand. Still my foot is on the lever, and not much force is required, and one can see that quite a good amount of water is coming, but it is water conserving, and I am just washing my hand. A very simple device. Now at the moment one can see that these ropes are in tension because I have applied a tension, and therefore they are quite in tension, and therefore water is coming. And when I stop, this will automatically obviously stops. So now there is no water flow. So it will immediately stop, and therefore it is water conserving device. If the pressure is not somehow adequate, it is possible to extend this foot lever a little bit to the front like this. And now I will try again to use this, when one can see that quite a good amount of water is coming, and it's very enough to wash hand, and it's very quite handy. One can see that you just apply a gentle pressure, you simply step on it, and obviously you just wash yourself. And it's quite hygienic. You are not touching anything like the old bottle hand washing facilities. There's no need to obviously open and close the tap. They used to work like that. You just simply use your hand, and therefore it is quite hygienic. And so the moment you just step on it, you can see that water is coming, and you can wash your hand. And the moment you finish washing your hand and you take your leg off the foot lever, you see that there's no water that is coming. So you can see that it's coming out, release, it stops. It coming out, release your feet, it stops. It coming out, you release your feet, it stops. It's a very simple hand washing facility and quite effective and very handy to use. Children can use it. As one can see, not much force is required, just simply stepping on it. And obviously you arrange the position in such a way that you don't really require to stretch your hand too deep, and therefore this distance must be adequate between the foot, not too near so that you wet your feet, and not too far that children struggle to reach it. But otherwise, as it stands now, it is quite handy. And at the moment, of course, the water level in the container actually has gone down, but still one can see that it still continues to operate. And therefore this actually is possible to operate until you almost exhaust all the water in the container. And you can see that I'm actually using this almost to the end. And on the other side here also, the same facility maybe for small kids can be used, but this is a little bit lower, but it operates on the same principle. And you can see that you can wash your hand also using this small facility, but it works again on the same principle. You can see that water is coming. This is just to say that the height and the position can be adapted to any position that is required, but otherwise both work on the same principle. And as you can see that again water is coming here, and it is possible also to actually also wash hand again using this facility. And so overall it can be said that this is a very good type of hand washing facility that can be adapted to environments like schools and even public places, and also individual households. And it requires the usage of simple materials such as wood, ropes, and plastic containers that are often available in communities, and it doesn't require a lot of money to construct this. And it's also a water saving device. It is also possible to actually let this container actually put on a bench, sit on a bench, and obviously construct the holes a little bit up front, and therefore a number of these containers can be built, and therefore a number of these hand washing facilities can be built together so that it actually serves as a group hand washing facility. And so this has been constructed by myself, Ababu Tiruneh from the University of Swaziland, together with my assistant, Mr. Abraham Dlamini, who is a technical expert in also in these types of construction. Thank you very much.